our late night conversations. Tonight, however, we are going to discuss love. So, the topic of love is our agenda for tonight. We do have a guest with us tonight. This is not mom, the usual. Um, so, so we're going to start our topic. So, a little about why I want to discuss love. Um, because it's such a strong affection, and almost everyone, I do mean almost everyone, likes to use the word love. Um, in this type of climate that we are in, love is more people is saying that more people need to have love for each other and um, be affectionate and be kind and loving, especially since it is around the holidays. So that's why I'm taking this topic tonight. Why is love important? The different ways we use it and the different meaning to the word. Um, so, okay. When you talk about love, love is defined as strong affection for others arise out of kinship or personal ties. Um, right. So, what does love mean to you? What can love mean to you? And in these strong affection from kingship, and to say kingship is referring to people caring about other people. Now, for me, kingship, love in kingship, that's what love means to me. Me caring for someone. I don't really like using the word love per se because it's often taken out of context. So I don't like using the word love. I would say I've never been in love because the I think the phrase is just a misconception altogether, right? Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? What does love mean to you? Do you think the word is a misconception altogether, or does it bring up some kind of feeling whenever time you hear the word love? Whenever time someone use the word love, how does it make you feel? What does it do to you, or does it kind of push a button? And I know a lot of, I'm not gonna say just men, but people in general don't like using the word because I know the word love. When you say personal ties, I mean personal ties, um, maternal ties would be that personal tie, right? Um, so most people only will use the word love when it comes to maternal ties, and like from a mom or a dad to their children, that's paternal ties. But when it comes to like kingship, is like no, we care for this person to a limit. No, I don't like using the word love because I feel as though caring is the same thing. Now, you can care, for people to a certain limit, even if it's your children. Now, everyone have a different limit, right? So you could care for people at different limits. Even if you have, okay, so you care for your mom to a certain limit, then you care for, say, your aunt or your uncle to a separate limit, and then your sister and your brothers. But then when you have your children, you care for them in a different way, right? Yeah, you care for them in a different way. So this it's not like you love, like, okay, so your parents, and I know you've heard this a lot. Parents will say, "Oh no, I don't love one child more than the other," right? Classic example. Because if you say you don't love one child more than the other, is like measuring or weighing your love, right? Because then you will always have limits on what you will do for anyone and everyone. So even for, say you have 5 children or people with 10 children. Now, back in the days, when people used to have, when 9 children and 10, 30 children was acceptable for in the family for one person to have, right? Then people would accept that not all of those children, especially when we're talking about the early 1800, that not all of those children was going to make it. So, it's like putting a value in, because you have to accept that all of those children is not going to come to or reach certain age. So it's like, how do you categorize how one child would make it over the rest of them? Like, say you like or prefer or mm, the other child. If you say have a different kind of care or love for one child over another, how do you put that if that child doesn't make it? Do you like, what do you do if you have 9 children? Because not most of those 9 children was not going to make it. So how do you cope? How do you process that one time you like one more than the other, or I wouldn't like one more than the other, but you know, since there's limits, and these limits usually come with experiences. Am I right? Talk to me. Am I right? Yeah, these limits usually come with experiences. So what you experience with an individual over what you have not yet experienced with a younger child, you know, it's a little different, or what you expect will happen. It's always different. It always differ when it comes to as when you get a new child or something. So you think, you always think the best is going to happen. And I mean, not that you gave up on the last one. I hope not. I hope you haven't got given up on the other one yet. So, but you're always expecting, the other one always need a love and affection. And so you're always there to make sure that you nurture and cherish the other one and make it raise. And so, you know, when it comes to you repackaging or packaging your love for that one that you know that little rut that may not make it, um, how do you because the other one is of age, but back then when you have 9 children, or 13 children, not everyone is gonna not everyone is gonna survive. So how do you repackage your love and affection, and you know how does your maternal ties then play a role with what when it comes to love? Period. Okay, so when it comes to love and affection, we say love is a very strong word. Mind you, love is a very strong word. Um, uh, I am trying to have a conversation with you guys as well. Okay. Okay, so you say love is a very strong word, right? So yeah, and I'll admit it is. Um, and people can use the word love in some very scary ways. Um, one of my favorite philosophers, though, Jean Rousseau, um, he he wrote one of the very famous books, it's 17th century. I think it was a French philosopher, and he wrote the most famous book in love because it had to do with children and education. So and since as we are on maternal ties, this just fits. So it was on children and on education, and um, he was very famous for his work because people thought that children was just blank slate until he wrote this book, and our children should be educated, and that they're not just blank slate, and people start loving and respecting their children and didn't see them as evils, and but on another scope, and Jean Rousseau, Jean Rousseau, Jean-Jacques Rousseau was had 5 children that he ultimately abandoned because he did not believe in love. But he believed that people have children to, you know, kind of help them when they get older, and they really wasn't doing it out of this love. But knowing that they have a child that it'll be there to take care of them when they get older is the real reason behind why they are children, and help them when they get and why they and why they and why they are children, and why they what's the word I'm looking for? And why they were caring for these children. So that was that was his philosophy. People wanted freedom to do what they have to do, what they want to do with their lives, and so they didn't need like the word love was basically a barrier to them. Um, Having this freedom, having this liberty. Um, so when you say love, I, I want to use love and contract as a scenario. How does love um, and and contract really works because in this day and age, we have a lot of contract when it comes to people falling in love and getting married, right? If that's still a thing after COVID. Since those people ain't being around each other right now and just want to be away, go away for a while, go away, right? So if love and getting married and being together is still a thing after we are forced to be in the same and around each other for so long, then I guess we will go back to love and contract, right? So um, we have a lot of love contract when you do like prenuptial agreements. And how do you distinguish love when you have to sign a contract to stay within that barrier of love that's supposed to be so freely given, right? Another scenario is obligation. Now, obligation is often misunderstood for love. People feel an obligation to do something for someone, or people, because there is two different types of obligation now. There is one where I feel obligated to do something because I love you or care for you, and then you feel as though I should be obligated since as though I love you or care for you. So each of these have different extremities, right? We can be on the extreme of each other. So we could definitely go there. When someone feels as though they are you are obligated to them, their reaction totally differs. Their reaction totally is different because they, for instance, want to make sure that if you say you love them like you're supposed to, whether you are a mom or their mom or their sister or brother, or and they feel as though you should show them or do certain things, you are bound to do this or that, then how does that work out? How does that work out? You are not, you are, I was trying to separate love or care from obligation. You see, a, one person is never obligated to another person unless you're like below the age of 18. And you have to, by law, provide food, shelter, clothing, right? By law, you're supposed to provide all their necessities, right? All what they need to stay and to stay alive. Now, how how does a person that is not below the age of 18 would require you or think you're bound or obligated to meet certain or do certain things. So to me, this is where love differs because if you, if I say I love someone and you think that I love you and you think as though I'm obligated to you to do something, then isn't the love that you think I'm supposed to have one sided? To me, yeah. So you're actually not loving the person. You just think that the person should do X, Y, and Z because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, where do you get off at? Where do you get off at to think someone is obligated? Where do you get off at to think that someone is obligated to, you know, be there or to jump over the moon per se? Um, um, Jump over the moon and do whatever you are supposed to be doing for them. Okay, so we talk about contract, um, um, and we talk about obligation, and how love play a role in our in both of those. Right? I'm trying to get my stream on, but it's not working because I'm trying to use something else, and it is literally messing up everything that, and I'm going through this every week. This is crazy. I'm every single week I'm having camera problems. It's unfair. It's definitely unfair. Okay, so don't mind me there. I'm just trying to. Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to get my stream over here working like it's supposed to. And this is a new program that I've tried because if you haven't visited my blog, which is Words Work Unlimited, please do so. It's full of entertaining stuff. Um, Nice blogs on there, videos, um, and this is going to be. I'm trying to get this stream on there as well. So I'm trying to get this on there from my YouTube, and I think one of my stream is out. Oh my God, this is crazy. There's nothing like that. Okay, so back to love and love on navigation. So why do we? I know when you're in a relationship, um, we are, and you say you're committed to someone, right? Now that differs because then there's other people in relationship that don't feel so committed. There's other people up in that are in relationship that don't feel as though they're committed and is really trying not to be committed to anyone at all. So I am still trying to concentrate. I am not concentrating. When you talk about love, there, I was looking around and I saw that there are so many different definitions of love. Like what I said earlier, when you come to kingship, um, and and maternal, that's just how love is broken down in so much different ways. Um, um, when you're looking at like how you the affection you show to different people can defines the kind of love that you are showing. Right? So I am actually my chat stream. I'm just praying to God that you guys are not um, chatting because I cannot see a lip. I, and this is so distracting. Okay, I am distracted. I'm trying not to be distracted. Okay, so when it comes to um, you on the topic of love, um, when it comes to when it comes to love, or do you show love? And if you haven't typed anything yet, please do, because I am not seeing anything. It's just frustrating. Because I want to have kind of like a conversational piece. Um, for one, um, this time, this time of the year when it's Christmas time, we are getting ready for the Christmas. There's so much charity we are giving. We are in um, just trying to celebrate each other or children or family, but um, there's another element, you know, we- when you're looking at atmosphere. Um, there's always something else out there to distract us from what we're doing, and we are um, trying to love and take advantage of what is set out there for us to do. No, we are. Um, it's this Christmas season that we're trying to do that. How is it that you, how do you show your love and affection? Um, I just wish I could hear you guys now. How do you show your love and affection? Um, I'm gonna go back to my Twitch screen where my audience, um, my my Twitch streamers are usually I and talking, and I'm getting zip. I don't know what's going on. Nothing, nothing. Um, what are you doing for the Christmas holiday? How are you showing your love this Christmas? I do you believe in the conception of love, or do you believe in the word love, and does it provide support for you, or does it make you feel. I may not be able to get what you're saying right now, but I'm quite sure I'll be able to get it later. It should be posted on the different medias, and I promise I will answer your whatever question I'll be engaging next week, and I'll fix the problem for the last time. Hopefully, I'll get it fixed. I am so tired of this video. Stop, it's not working. Everything I try, everything I try does not work. But next week, I'm gonna promise you, I'm gonna make it work, and um, I may just do a quick video in the week to make sure it's working. So you know that we'll be on. I will be pumping next week because I am so tired of this thing not working. I am so tired of it not working. Yes, yes I am. This is ridiculous. Right? I had a guest that was supposed to be on, and my guest kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened to my guest. He's gone now. And for my stress streamer, I know you probably come back on because you're open to see mom paintings, and she's not here today. But hopefully next week she will be on. I'm saying hopefully. I'll let her know that you guys was looking for her to be on, and she kind of bailed on you guys this week. So hopefully she'll show a little more love next week and beyond, right? That we can have a full-on conversation like we did last week. I think my video messed up a little bit, um, and then my battery kept dying. So I went to the store because I care about you guys. I care about you, and I want to make my stream perfect for you. So I went to the store and I bought a video camera that did not work. I tried it out already. It did not work, so I had to bring it back. And bring back a tripod that I bought because it was just spoiled. It was just falling all over the place. So, and that's because I care about you. So, I don't want to, I don't know you. Do I use the word I love you guys? You know, and the word love, it means so much when you hear someone say like, "Oh my God, I'm going out there to do so much because I do care about you guys. I love you guys." How does that make you feel? See, this kind of emotion that the word, when if I say I care about you guys, I went out there and I try to buy the video camera and try to make the stream work for us, right? How does it doesn't sound great. Like when I said, "Oh, I love you guys." So I went out there and I tried to buy the video camera so I can make it work and be perfect for you guys, right? So that you can see all the word love can, even though it's used in the same way as the word care, is drawn up a different emotion. And why? Why does the LOV word, a four-letter word, for people who doesn't like to say the word love, they'll say the four-letter word, right? Why does the four-letter word turn up a different emotion for so many, right? Than it does for so many others. Because so many others, is like when you use the word love, it's just another word. It doesn't mean anything. It has no special meaning. It don't draw up anything special emotion. Why is it different for so many others than it is? Right? I was listening. to our former president. And I was like, well, that actually makes sense, right? He was saying he has a long face, so he's like more cool, calm, and collective, whereas his wife has a round face, and she's like the go-getter and more aggressive. And not that he's not a go-getter, but she's aggressive and more to the point, where he's more laid back and chill. Right? And then I was looking at my daughter, and she was she was saying something so aggressively, and I was like, she's not a round face. That stick with me, right? Yeah, that stick with me. And it's not that I don't love her. Why I'm like, let me criticize. In spite of it and because of, right? I care. Or since they seem to be the same exact word, right? Is care and love the same thing? Let that sink in for a minute. Is the word care and love same the same exact thing, right? It's just if you put emphasis on the word care when you say it, right? Or depend on how you say it and in what context you're saying it can be so beneficial, right? Saying, I really, really care for you. I really, really care about you and your well doing, right? Can mean so much. If you say it just depends on how you say it, when you say it, and how it makes the person feel that you're saying it to, right? And your pitch and your tone. It doesn't matter what you say. Your pitch and your tone can make a world of difference. So whether you use the word love or whether you use the word care, cherish, right? The word cherish, it makes a world of difference if your tone is not right. Like people can know if you're being real, if you're being serious, if you're being sincere, you know. So it plays a huge role and your tone. First, you could say, "Oh, I love you," right? And that sounds like a joke. That sounds like they don't even mean it, right? In my stream, in my video stream, I saw. I've been seeing a lot of diet, people going on diet, and makes sense because uh, everybody's putting on weight. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Everybody's putting on weight. You're stuck inside. Scared to go outside. You're scared to go to the gym. So everybody is stuck inside. And some places is not open where you could go and they go to the gym and work out. They're not open. They're closed at certain hours. I know New York start enforcing stricter hours on gyms and restaurants. So all of this is making it harder for people to do stuff. So everybody is gaining weight at this time, you know. So I see a lot of um, weight loss or to lose weight specifically. the keto diet. Yes, I have no idea what it is. Um, there is a keto. What is it called? I forgot the name of it, but it it I think it's a new individualistic way or an individual approach um, for each individual and how they can lose weight using the keto diet. And don't get me wrong, I've noticed this before the pandemic. It was just my stream would be full of it. But since the pandemic and since recently, it my stream is flooded with people been losing weight. I heard somebody said they lose like 35 pounds in 4 weeks. Wow. But I know when you lose weight too fast, you can damage your heart. Same thing if you gain weight too fast as well. It's not a good thing for your body, period. It does play, it's play a huge role. It affects your body in so many ways, right? So you can gain weight too fast and you can lose weight too fast either. So, but I was thinking about how does losing all this weight, um, and not, I mean, if you lose weight, it's good. This is not a bad thing. This is a great thing, right? But you have to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, right? Um, I've heard people, I've known people who lost weight for love because we're trying to, we're still on the topic of love. So I know people that have lost weight for love or have tried to lose weight for love, right? And um, some people that's just say, hey, listen, if you can't love me how I am, then it's too bad for you, right? Because I am not about to go out there and sacrifice and do what you want me to do just so a few months later, uh, whether or not I've lost the weight, you could still walk out the door and leave me in shambles, right? So they say, you know what, the hell with it. I am not about to give up my sanity to try and lose some weight for no one. If it's not going to be for me, then I'm not going to do it for no one. Same concept when it comes to just about anything. You're a drug abuser or something. If you don't love yourself, you know, taking a different approach on what you're doing and how best to do it is never going to work. Right? It's never going to work. If you're not doing it for you, it's not going to work. You have to make sure that you love yourself enough that whatever it is, whatever you are doing, it's for you and no one else, right? Exactly. So back to the keto diet, because I was looking it up. Now, knowing me, I when I go to research something, I go all out. But I've been looking at the keto diet for a few months now, and I can see no. I First of all, let me explain. I am vegan, not by choice, but because I'm allergic to so much stuff. It's just better to do be a vegan than to read labels all day. To be frank, okay, I don't want to sit in the store and read labels all day. When I go to the store, it already takes long enough. I don't want to sit there and read labels all day. So being a vegan, um, And eating mostly vegan food is better because I don't. No one likes to go to the store with me anymore. It's not fun. I they forever to do anything because they're looking at that milk or looking at that anything there. Um, Looking for almond. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. What's not fun is when you're allergic to something and the pharmacy refused to give you your EpiPen, right? And I've been going to trying to get my EpiPen for the last 6 months now, and use the deodorant with almond in there, and I had to immediately after starting to, as soon as I started it, I was like, what's the last thing I did, right? And it, sure enough, the deodorant have almond in there, and I don't have my EpiPen, mind you, because I've been trying to get it for the last 6 months. So I had to jump in the shower, take all my allergy medicine, and hope for the best, right? This is why I do everything vegan because it is simply it's time saving. It's time saving. And if you can figure out a way out to save time, I think that's a little love for yourself right there. That's a little love for yourself right there. If you can figure out a way out to save some time instead of reading every single label that you see trying to buy something at the store. Okay, I am gonna cut this um, stream a little short today because it's a little messed up. I can't get none of my posts from you guys, and I really, 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 really wanted to be interactive with you guys. Um, and I I can't do it. I can't. I would lose my mind. I can't. This stuff is not working the way I expected it to. And mind you, I tried it out and it was working, and now it's not working. So later this week, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna come back on here. I'm gonna set a schedule. I'm gonna come back on here and make sure everything is working for next week so that we can be on so that we can be on because I miss talking to you. I miss being conversational with you guys, and you know. Now I had two guests. I think one is still trying to get on. Right, it's so crazy, and everybody is gone. Okay, so I had two guests. One was trying to get on just now, and my other guest is gone. And he gone now. Both guests is gone, and I understand it's late. So we are going to wrap up our topic um, by 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 saying, oh, love differs between. I don't think you can actually have love if you have like a contract, right? Um, I think if you love someone and you have a contract, whether it's because of your family or anything, I don't think. Well, I don't think y'all gonna make it. Period. You're not gonna make it at all. You're not gonna make it. Uh, I mean, a contract in love just does not go. Mind you, if you have money, you should protect it by all means necessary. Okay, because I do not believe in the word love. Yeah, you can care about someone, but to a certain extent. And a contract is where that extent lies, right? Absolutely. Now, when it comes to When it comes to love and obligation, how does love and obligation, how do you refocus that? Because we all, most people feel as though you're obligated to them, especially if you use the word love, right? So you don't want to, I'm sorry. So if you use the word love, most people think automatic, it's not automatic. If you have a child, it's automatic, right? If your parents, it's automatic obligation. Sister, oh yeah, you're supposed to do certain things, by the way. Right? Father, yeah, you're supposed to do certain things. Yeah, no, no. This is where I love you, but I don't have to do that thing. That's where the buck stop, right? Or I care about you, but the buck stop right here, kind of thing. Yeah, you don't. I don't have to do that, right? So, and this is where most people get love and obligation mm, totally confused, right? Totally confused. And I know I was talking about weight loss and because it was there's so much in my stream. My gosh, I'm surprised at the amount of people who is just constantly. I think that's everybody in the world. If you see my stream, yeah, that is everyone. Everyone in the world have lost 30 pounds in 8 weeks. Okay, no, make that 35 pounds in 8 weeks. So according to my social media page. According to my social media page, it seems as though it is there are so much people always trying to lose weight. That's so much people have lost weight. Everyone, right? Yeah, my page is just bumping every time. It's just a constant. How do I lose weight or I'm sure I got this 35 off in 8 weeks and it's just a constant in my stream. So what I'm saying is love yourself. Even if you're gonna lose the weight, love yourself. And I know that a lot of people is trying to lose weight now because a lot of people have gained weight and I've seen it everywhere, right? When I go to buy some clothes at the store the other day, it was there because I eat buying clothes online because I have never short sizes, and so I overheard, being nosy, yeah. hmm People were saying how much your children have gained weight since the pandemic started. So I know that everyone has gained some amount of weight since the pandemic. So all I'm saying is love yourself. And it's Christmas. It's almost Christmas. So be kind to each other, okay? And care for each other. Um, and be a good kinship to each other. Remember the four different types of love and use them in your daily approach to life, right? And like I said, I will try to work this thing out because I cannot see your old messages and I would love to be interactive with you. So I will set a schedule to be on sometime this week. By the middle of the week, I should do this so that next week, Friday night, um, we can have a great conversation. This is late night conversation, and this is the girl, Foxy Star. Have a great night.